Today is Sunday, April 14th, 1912, the 5th day of Titanic's voyage. The wireless machines were back up and running by 5 a.m. Phillips didn't get much sleep. Being Sunday morning, there were Christian services all throughout the ship. There were Protestant services in all three classes, and there were Catholic services in second and third class. There was a lifeboat drill scheduled for today, but it was canceled. Now there's a combination of reasons as to why. Number one, there were the Sunday services that these would have interrupted. Number two, the ship was moving very efficiently. They were still breaking the engines in, and they did not want to stop them mid-ocean to lower a lifeboat, pick the lifeboat back up, and then restart the engines and move forward. On top of that, the Titanic's crew had already done a lifeboat drill at Southampton, and it was quite successful. More messages arrive on the telegram from other ships. Most of them are congratulating Titanic and wishing them bon voyage, but quite a few of them do mention ice in the area. This one is from the Cunard liner Coronia. Captain SS Titanic, congratulations on new command. Had moderate westerly winds, fair weather, no fog. Much ice in latitude 42 degrees 24 minutes to 42 degrees 45 minutes, and longitude 49 degrees 50 minutes to 50 degrees 20 minutes. Compliments, Captain Kroll. How would you interpret that telegram? It's upbeat, it's cheerful, the weather is clear, favorable winds, no fog, visibility is good. Yeah, there's ice, but the visibility is great. If there's going to be ice up ahead of you, you'll see it. This ice warning was considered, but no action was necessary. By noon, Titanic had traveled 546 miles since her last noontime report, or over 1,500 miles since the coast of Ireland. In the evening, a hymn service was held in the second-class dining saloon by Reverend Carter, and an extended card game was going on in the first-class smoke room, which caused the attendants to leave the smoke room open a little later than their usual closing time, which was about 11 o'clock in the evening. Captain Smith attended another dinner party in the a la carte restaurant on B deck, this time thrown by the first-class family, the Wideners of Philadelphia. Once again, he retired early. He went up to the bridge to check on everything and spoke with Second Officer Charles Lightoller, who was on watch at the time. They discussed the weather conditions. Everything continued to appear clear. The water was calm. Conditions were perfect. Absolutely perfect, or so they seemed. They assessed the conditions, they talked about them, and Captain Smith made the decision, we're going to keep moving. Things look very, very clear, and he gave Second Officer Lightoller, whom he was talking with, the order that if any of the conditions change, I will be in my cabin, notify me. At 10 p.m., only a few minutes after that conversation, Second Officer Charles Lightoller was relieved by First Officer William Murdoch, who then assumed command of the ship. The orders to warn the captain if the conditions change were passed on. As far as the officers could tell, the conditions never changed that night. By evening, the wireless messages were becoming more focused on the ice, and at 11:07, wireless operator John Phillips, communicating with the far-off Marconi station of Cape Race, Newfoundland, was loudly interrupted by the SS Californian, warning them that they were stopped and surrounded by ice. Phillips had been dealing with a heavy backlog of messages from when the machines were broken. He was very exhausted, having not slept much since 2 nights prior. He told the Californian to shut up. In Phillips's mind, he has priorities. He has to get these messages out to Cape Race. It's a massive pile that's been stacking up on his desk, and he's so tired. Have you guys actually been up for 48 hours straight and had more work to do before you can actually turn? In Phillips's mind, the message from the Californian was more ice. Yes, I know, more ice. I've gotten a dozen ice warnings so far. This one is almost the same as everyone else. He told the Californian to shut up. Quite honestly, he was right. A little rude, but he was right. At 11:40 p.m., with Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee in the crow's nest and First Officer William Murdoch on the bridge, an iceberg was spotted. It's most likely that Officer Murdoch saw the iceberg first, because Fleet later testified that when he was on the telephone with the bridge talking to Sixth Officer Moody, he said the ship was already turning. Well, obviously Murdoch knew something if the ship was already starting to turn to port when Fleet was warning them of the ice. As we all know, Titanic was unable to avoid the iceberg. She hit it and ripped open 5 watertight compartments, and the tiniest sliver of a sixth. The crew aren't able to confirm it before the end of today, but Titanic is inevitably sinking. For the details on the sinking, tune in to our live stream here on this YouTube page tonight, April 14th, 2019, where we will discuss the sinking in depth. We may have a couple historians join us, and we are going to be showing an updated real-time sinking of the Titanic. April 14th has ended, and it was certainly eventful.